Welcome back to my channel, guys. Welcome, and welcome. So, today I am going to be talking about something dear to me in my gardening. The pros in gardening as a third year slash new gardener. I can't quite say homestead, but I'm getting there. Anyway, before I get into this video, guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. And also follow me on my social media listed above. And don't forget to hit the post notifications so you don't miss when I post a video every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's get into this video. Okay, so I have a two-part video. This one here will be talking about the pros that I am facing in my journey in gardening. My floral and pollinator journey all the way to my vegetables and fruits. I have notes, so I've got the coffee. Let's go. My pros that I am experiencing in gardening, is growing anywhere in any space. I have done a lot of research before I even started gardening because I was like, crap, I don't have adequate enough space to even grow anything. On top of that, you guys have seen my backyard. I have no grass, no underground. All of it is concrete. So I was just thinking like, wow, how do I grow? Where do I grow? But then researching, it's like there's a lot of things in a small garden with grass, without grass, however, that I can grow anywhere. I seen apartment growers. I seen people with vertical growing potteries or pots growing. So that gave me hope for myself in growing, and the fact that now I've utilized my front patio for my floral and my back patio to start the seedings for my floral, but even have floral out there, but did really focus that in on like my veggies and my herbs and my fruit and growing. I found that is not true. I've seen some people say, oh, you gotta have this amount of space, and I've seen all kinds of videos, but I've also seen videos stating that you can have very little space in an apartment. I've seen a small balcony, smaller than my front patio, doing all kinds of stuff. And again, I love the fact for me that I am able to grow whatever I want anywhere. The other, number two, growing anything and with moving pots. Again, I am a container gardener, so I love that. I can grow anything from rooted vegetables to fruits to floral. Again, it goes back into being able to grow with any space. There's a lot of companies out there that has vertical growing, or they have ways you can grow on your fence, in pots. You can go to the dollar store, the Dollar Tree. You can go to your local farmers area or your local gardening greenhouse. They have so many ways where you can grow in so many variations. I love the containers because it does allow me to move things around, to adjust things. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't any hiccups. There are hiccups with it, but there are a lot of pros for me that I have enjoyed in doing it. Number three, I guess, keeping on top of weeds. Woo! when I tell you guys, I have seen so many like gardeners fuss about weeds and all other kinds of things that they have to go through and get out. The good thing with growing in a container is, for me, being able to micromanage those weeds. Guys, they grow crazy. I have neighbors who have like little dirt areas. And I have, even in, I'm not even capping, even in some of my concrete, there are little dividends of holes that I've seen weeds pop right out. When I am telling you, growing in containers, you can literally, micromanage that. On top of, you can sit here and create the soil, the soil with the best nutritious factors in it, instead of just having, random dirt from outside, that you can control all of that. So again, I have very, very little weeds growing. I mean, 1 to 10, I may be a 1.5% of it. That's in all of my stuff. Weeds, I don't have those issues. I just don't, and I'm thankful for that. Okay, so another thing, pro for me, and again, everything that I'm speaking of is in regards to what I am experiencing. Everybody's experiencing as a gardener, a new gardener, even a mature, experienced gardener is all the way different. If you're going into gardening, it will be different from you than it will be from me. Creating your concrete, being able to create and control my soil. As I was saying, doing container growing for myself, I am able to create the what type of soil I have and how it ranges. I love that. I love that I can have like a fresh canvas, with soil. Baby, when I tell you, I am finessing the finesse with my soil, and I love that. I love that I know that what's in my soil, you know what I'm saying? It's controlled enough. I love that. Those are some things that I would say, if you're wanting to go into container growing, to really look into. Now, there's a work. There is work. Another thing as a pro for me is it's truly beginner friendly. Like, drop it and go type energy. It's truly beginner friendly. Once researching your soil, once you know what type of things you want to grow, getting the correct soil needing to grow, it's really just plant it, water it, and go type of thing. You don't have to go as in depth as I do, especially when it comes to me create my own fertilizers, or basically me create my own fertilizers, or what I am growing. You can grow a couple of things. You can start off with an herb. You can start off with like a tomato or some cucumbers, which are really simply, to me, I think those are the easiest to grow and can be the hardest to deal with, and it's crazy, but it's so true. Absolutely, have no commitment. If you want to start out with 2 things and some herbs this season and only have 3 containers, perfect. Next season, if you want to change it up and still have those containers, you can. That's another thing out of container growing that I love, is every season, every time, not even season, once your stuff harvests and it's done harvesting, if you want to throw something else in there, there is no commitment on what you grow. Every time you want to change it up, you can. Biggest pro in this in general, floral and non-floral, is being able to grow my own floral and being able to grow my own food. Guys, when I tell you, that right there hit home so dearly. I outside of maybe two things in my garden, everything I'm growing, I eat. Everything. I eat everything I grow. I would say when you're growing or when you're starting gardening, please make sure whatever you grow, it's something you eat. There is some things you can, give or take on. Like I have okra out there. I don't eat okra. I grow it for people who do eat okra. I have beets growing. I don't eat them. I will juice with them, but I don't eat them. However, everything else I eat. And I like and love the fact that I can grow what I eat. And it's from my own hands. You know what I'm saying? Like the other thing that I have is that is a pro for me is knowing that when my harvests are finished harvesting, right? And they start flowering. I know that those flowers that are flowering are going to create seeds for me to continue growing off of that same thing. Guys, those are true pros right there. When you have a lot of people will look at when their fruits start to flowering as crap. I'm not going to receive any more harvesting from it. No, don't touch it. Leave it, guys. Leave it still. Leave it. Don't look at it like that. Look at it as, okay, now it's starting another journey in its process of flowering, which is going to create you more seeds, which you don't have to go and spend more money in buying seeds because you have your own seeds from your own harvest that you can now let it fall and it'll start creating more, or you can store it for another day to start sowing seeds and growing more fruit or vegetables or whatever. So remember, guys, I am new as hell at this. There are things that I am growing that I have a lot of trial and error and positive and just tribulations that I'm going through. Make your process very enjoyable. You know what I'm saying? If you face trials and tribulations in gardening, take it as a learning curve. Don't take it as that's okay. Get up and keep going, But anyway, guys, that is my video in the pros that I face in gardening. As I showed, as you seen the beginning clip, that is my floral, guys. It is looking amazing. I'm actually going to water them this evening once the temperature drop. I'm going to heavy water them to be quite honest. In the next video, I'm going to do a little clip of my backyard to show you what I am going through, and that video will be the cons in what I deal with in gardening. And again, I'm going to water them both the front of the house and the back of the house the same later on today. I'm actually, because I've been, hit heavy with heat, I'm going to basically just a regular water with sugar. And I'm going to do because I have 500 milligram aspirin. I'm going to cut it in half and put an aspirin in each watering bucket and basically drown my plants. I want them to have a adequate enough of water. I couldn't really water them this morning. By the time I got myself situated, it was humid already. So one thing I want to say is when it's hot outside, guys, please try to stay away from really watering your plants, because what that's going to do is heat the water up and make your plants feel like they're burning. If you're not willing to get up through the dawn of the day before the sun hits, 4 in the morning, 5 or whenever, I would say don't. Because you honestly will have to water them heavy for them to be okay. And I say 4 because it still gives your plants a good hour before that sun starts to set in, and that's what you want. You want it dead early. I didn't. I just didn't. So it's going to take, I'm going to do it this evening. I'm going to do sugar in behalf of aspirin to help promote it. I will talk more in my next video. Again, guys, if you haven't followed me on my social media, please don't forget to follow me on my social media. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. It does help the algorithm. And if you haven't turned on your post notification bell, please don't forget to hit that post notification bell, because I do post every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, love you guys. Bye.